Alright boys, today we are checking out something a bit wild. It's called ProFootball 25 and it's a standalone mod pack for Pro Evolution Soccer 2013. Yep, that game from over a decade ago. But this mod, it drags Pro Evo 13 kicking and screaming like a grumpy old uncle into the 2025 season. You get modern rosters, new kits, updated visuals, gameplay tweaks, the whole deal. And the best part, it's free to play. Well, mostly. I will explain that in a sec. This is the first video in a series I'm calling Check It Out, where I dive into interesting or unique football game patches and mods, especially the ones that I found particularly entertaining. Let's get into it. Here is the deal with ProFootball 25. It's a standalone patch, meaning you don't need to own or install Pro Evolution Soccer 13 beforehand. The entire thing is bundled together and ready to go. One download, one install, done. Like a microwave burrito of football gaming, fast, hot and surprisingly satisfying. Now let's talk money, because modders need to eat too. On this mod's Patreon page, it kinda looks like it's paid content. And yeah, you will need to drop $5 if you want the latest version, which at the moment is Season 4. But if you are broke or just want to try it out first, you can get Season 3 for free. So I think it's pretty generous, to be honest. Oh, and quick side note, if you're looking to pick up some of the older Pro Evo or FIFA games like Pro Evo 15, 16 or any of the later ones, I've dropped a link in the description to a seller that I've been personally using for a while now. No sketchy account recalls or shady nonsense like you see on other websites. Prices aren't always the cheapest, but the dude is reliable, and I know a bunch of you already used it without issues. And by buying from this store you also support my content on this platform, so it's a win-win. But back to ProFootball 25. When I first installed this, my impressions were between mixed to negative. And I already heard from few people that it wasn't their top pick for seasonal patches. Thing is, no one ever gave me a clear reason why they did not like it. Just a vague, not recommended. But I don't like judging a book by its cover, or in this particular case, a mod by its sliders. So I kept tinkering with things. I tweaked gameplay options, I played more matches, and it actually grew on me. And it grew to a point where now I am really enjoying my time with it. Now I got question to you all. Which Pro Evo 13 all-in-one patch would you recommend? Both modern season and classic patches are cool suggestions, so let us all know in the comment section. So let's dive deeper now into ProFootball 25 and let's start with the basics. The game takes up about 44 GB of your space, which is quite heavy for a Pro Evolution Soccer 13 mod. But to be fair, it's packed with content, so yeah, I get it why it's so heavy. The good news is that the installation is super easy. All you do is run a setup file and boom, it's done. No manual folder dragging hell. No 6 readme files written in ancient Greek, just click, install, play, bless them. The mod comes with its own launcher, which is also quite cool, and that launcher allows you to tweak settings including gameplay and camera stuff. You know, I always love when modders include such launchers. It just makes the experience way more plug and play and at the same time being quite customizable. I especially liked the gameplay settings you're seeing on screen right now. These worked really well for me, so if you try the patch, give those a shot. One thing that really surprised me were the menus and the UI design. Normally I don't care that much about menus, I'm all about gameplay. But lately I've seen some UI designs that honestly looked like they were thrown together during a power outage. In contrast, this one actually looks clean, stylish and professionally done. Now onto the gameplay, which is where the community is gonna be probably split, no doubt about that. When I played Season 3 of this patch, I straight up did not enjoy the feel on the pitch. The creator clearly wanted to push for a more simulation style experience, which yeah, sounds good in theory, but in practice, Pro Evo 13's engine doesn't play nice with that setup, at least for me. With default sliders, players felt like they had concrete shoes, and not the mafia kind, you know? Just slow, painful misery. Heavy touches, clunky movement. Honestly, top-tier players felt like they belonged in the Polish second league. And trust me, that level is really low. But then I downloaded Season 4, and it was a different story. The gameplay sliders had been adjusted here. More responsive, smoother touches, way less frustration. I still had to tweak the ball physics and game speed a bit, but once I found the sweet spot, man, it clicked. And boom, that classic Pro Evo 13 magic started flowing once again, like riding a bike you forgot you owned. Underneath the sliders, this is still the same legendary game so many of us fell in love with. You just need to dial it in a bit to unlock it. Okay, now let's shift our gears and talk about 2025 content, starting with the rosters. There's something I actually really liked here. Big gap between world-class players and the average ones. See, too often in these patches, everyone on a top team is rated somewhere between 82 and 86. But here, you will find guys in the low 70s, even at big clubs. And I think that makes a lot of sense. That feels real, that's how football actually is, I think. That said, some of the ratings are quite bizarre, like Dovbyk from Roma. In Season 3, well, he was black, not joking. And in case you don't know Dovbyk, he is a very white Ukrainian dude. Thankfully, Season 4 fixes the face, but still his position and rating don't make any sense. Then there's a weird case of Osimhen. Real face in Season 3, missing in Season 4. What the hell? Or we have Leipzig players being completely shafted. Like Seshko and Xavi Simons in the 60s, that's just wrong. There's also a fair few generic faces even for quite high rated players, especially those outside the top leagues. For example, there is Saudi League in the game, but only with 5 clubs, and even stars like Benzema and Mane look like default career mode nobodies. Still, credit where it's due, the face quality and tattoos that are included, those are really damn solid, especially for a Pro Evo 13 mod. Now beyond that, you are getting a lot of bang for your buck. There are around 80 stadiums included in the game, which is awesome for a mod from this era. There's also tons of customizations options, scoreboards, weather sounds, 5-sub rule toggle, and see, ProFootball 25 is also clearly made by someone from South America, because clubs from Brazil and Argentina are very well represented here. So if you are into Boca, River, Corinthians and so on, you'll be hyped. On top of that, there are 8 legend teams too, so yeah, if you wanna throw Maradona, Zidane, Ronaldinho, Beckham or Beckenbauer into your modern squad, you can absolutely do that. Season 4 also includes cool game modes like Club World Cup, National Euro Cup, Copa Libertadores, Champions League and both player and manager careers. So there's plenty of good content in here. Now, there's also reshade presets included, but I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of this one. The ones bundled in just don't look that good to me. In fact, I actually prefer Pro Evolution Soccer 2013 without any reshade regardless of the version that I'm playing. I think the base game actually looks better than what you would think. There's also an editor built in, so if you want to fix faces, tweak stats or update squads yourself, you've got the tools. Alright, so is Pro Football 25 worth checking out? Honestly, yeah, but only if you are willing to tinker with it a little bit. Out of the box, I think sliders are a bit off in my opinion, but once you dial in the right settings, it becomes a genuinely enjoyable and modernized way to play Pro Evolution Soccer 13 in 2025. And considering you can get Season 3 for free, there's no real reason not to try it. Let me know what you think if you give it a go. or if there's another patch I should cover in the next check it out video. If you enjoyed this content, then do me a favor and click that like button. And if you want to see more videos like this one in the future, then make sure to subscribe to my channel. Also, I want to give a shout out to our first official recurring member on Ko-Fi page. I appreciate your support, thanks a lot. And if you want to directly support my content, make sure to check out YouTube memberships options for in-platform perks or visit my Ko-Fi page. Link in the video description. Anyway, that's all from me in this video. Thanks for your time and I'll see you in the next one.